Saturdays. Star Wars Saturdays is part of the Gauntlet, which is a tabletop and live action, kind of sometimes if we do it online, role playing game community. We are worldwide and about 1,000 strong or so, I hear, though the Patreon's a little short of 1,000, but I think we've got enough affiliates, friends, and other folks, all the F words that I can stick in there that are acceptable on broadcast standards. Star Wars Saturdays is an ongoing campaign, like a living campaign, where it is taking place during the original trilogy of the Star Wars movies. And if you don't know which ones are the original trilogies, that's 4, 5, and 6, and shame on you. But don't worry, I try to make this as welcoming as possible. Each month, I pick out a new RPG to run, usually small press or indie RPGs. This month, I'm doing something even crazier in that I'm running 2 of one and 2 of another. This is the second of 2 sessions of Void Vultures, which is written by Josh Roburn, buddy of mine who is pretty awesome. And Void Vultures was created without Star Wars in mind. It was made for humans who are scavengers in a spacefaring age. So it was pretty easy to shave off a few bits and say that it could work in Star Wars. We're currently in Return of the Jedi timeline. So the Empire and Rebellion are in full swing, which means lots of opportunities for Void Vultures. In fact, that's what gave our Vultures an opportunity that we will explore into today. We have a team captain, I guess, in that he calls the shots, named Gron. And Gron was a member of the Old Republic back in the day, was quite a big, an important member of the Old Republic. And when the Old Republic fell and the Empire rose from the ashes, Gron went on to eventually form this scavenging team of Void Vultures. And you guys are on the township, which is a nomenclature stolen from Void Vultures, known as Spaceport Trident Vespa, where other Void Vulture teams can be found, as well as pirates, and a very light amount of stormtroopers, one of which is, according to Grand Moff, is having to clean a latrine and like a garbage disposal unit. The worst job, seriously, the worst job. Who did he piss off? I don't know. So let's remind ourselves of the Vultures that we have, and then we'll pick back up at the point where we had cliffhangered. Is it cliffhung? Cliffhangered? I don't know. As you introduce your character, you can give me your opinion if it's cliffhung or cliffhangered. Alan, please tell us about Gron.
Gran at Kitos, as Richard said, is a former officer in the Old Republic military. He left as a matter of principle when it was absorbed into the Imperium, and has been for the last 20 years, really, making a living on the fringes, and most recently a decade or so as a salvager. His big thing, I think, is that when he left, he was principled. Now that's drifted because circumstances are tough, and so his view of the world is that he's scrupulous. He thinks he's a good person in a difficult world, doing the best he can. But the events of the previous session reawoke that kind of that sense of his principles and loyalty to the Old Republic, and he's certainly drifting back to that that military way of looking at the world. Yeah, and I think we hung a nice cliff at the end of the last session.
Wow, hung a cliff. That's even better. Okay. Alan has the best one so far. Let's see who will counter with other ways of past tensing cliffhanger. We'll go to Alejandro. Please remind us of your rune.
Rune Abelchris. I'm not sure how I pronounce my own last name. Is a weak way that worked actually for the Empire a long time ago as a what was it called?
Expeditionary Force? Planetary?
Expeditionary Force. Yeah, Expeditionary Force. And that's where he met Gran. And after he left the Force, he continued working for Gran. He's a military man through and through, and he is jealous of the stupid robot. Thank you.
I can't blame him. I mean, the robot is pretty awesome, as is every droid in every Star Wars Saturday game that we play.
No, no, he's stupid.
Sorry. Being mad at droids, I don't know why that tickles me so much. Sabine, could you please remind us about Akal?
Yes, I am playing Akal Vanis. He is a Dathomirian. He left his home world after some trouble with his ambitious sister. He thinks of himself more of a weak person, which he might really be, because he has sort of empathy and stuff like that and doesn't like murdering people. He realizes that that is a flaw, but that's who he is, and he is fine with that. Also, he likes herbal tea. And he is strongly on the side of Dot, the droid, in the whole Abel, Chris, Rune, whatever thing. And I think cliffhung is the best word ever.
All right.
Also, that's not it's not my language, so I don't know if I get it.
Well, I think your outsider viewpoint into the language is enlightening, and thank you for sharing it, Sabine. Question: your Akal's sister's name was like what was her name again?
Inestra.
Inestra.
I'll write it in the chat.
Yeah,
she was a witch.
Yeah,
she was a witch.
Yeah, a witch. Okay, good. She weigh as much as a duck? That's the question. Jeremy, please remind us of your character.
Vocus Dwolbrod is a Dug, so like a Sebulba from the first from the Phantom Menace. He walks around on what appear to be his arms. He stumbled into being kind of the engineer tech person of this party when he got into a scrap with Gran at a bar, and was like, well, I could use someone of your stature with my crew. He hasn't quite won his way into the trust of the group yet, but he's getting there. I think part of that is because Vocus is not a military person whatsoever. He is kind of a smart aleck and petty towards people who wrong him, but it looks like he's starting to earn his keep through just sheer stubbornness. And it looks like if you wrong him, he might send you into a trash compactor or something like that. We'll see.
Indeed, he just might. Lovely. You guys had jumped onto your ship performing a mission for the Alliance to restore the Republic. Leda Mothma, daughter of Mon Mothma, had specifically requested that Gran Apkitos and his Void Vulture crew head out to a ship known as the NFH Bulbar. The Bulbar was sent out 30 years ago in an experimental space folding technique using something called the Star Drive. It was sent out at the outer edges of known space of the Star Wars kind of galaxy or galaxies near Gamor. Gamor is where the Gamorreans are. Those are the big green orcish, piggish dudes. And soon after the Bulbar took off, Gamor actually had quite a bit of war, but hey, it was Gamor. How couldn't you tell? They have reappeared. The Bulbar reappeared near Ryloth. Ryloth is the home world of the Twi'leks. Those are the people, the twin tails. Wow, I started to say the major domo of Jabba the Hutt is a Twi'lek, and also there was a blue Twi'lek in the prequels who was a Jedi. So there are a couple of easier to remember canon members of that particular species. Oh, and Ula, the dancer at Jabba's palace, also Twi'lek. There we go. Homeworld of Ryloth. Bulbar reappeared suddenly, and you guys went on a race from Spaceport Trident Vespa to the Bulbar. Coming upon it, you found that the ship was in a pretty rough condition. That the crew compartment, or there was a crew compartment, there's a starboard and an aft starboard and wait, starboard and fore aft starboard leeway. Wait, is that right? The other side compartment had been disconnected somehow and was dangling. There was a boarding corridor that kind of coiled up like a snake from the compartment to the core chamber. You guys boarded on the dangling crew compartment, which is what I'll call it from now on, so that I don't embarrass myself further on naval directions. And after exiting the hangar, you came upon a fight. And there was only one blaster. It was like a little tiny holdout blaster amongst this group that you guys fought. While Akal may not have much of a will of his own, he does have a dead-eye shot, and he used area of effect and took out quite a few of these folks. Did set it to stun, so he didn't wholesale slaughter anyone. And then the one guy who charged forward, who was looked a little tougher than the others, he was dispatched by Rune before they could kind of bring up enough defense, like rally. That's the word I was looking for. Wow, goodness, Rich's words are not good today. I may go into shorter, like monosyllabic things and grunts soon. Who knows? Need to pause and drink some Diet Pepsi. A little caffeine, maybe that'll help. Before they were able to rally, we had the captain of your team, Gran, stepped forward, identified himself, and effectively took command. And now you stand before the... Okay, sorry. Dog at feet. Weird thing. Licking chair. Sorry. So a person that's in flight suit is the one person who's standing and not worse for wear from being shot at. He's the one who puts his hands up in a surrender. The first thing that you notice about all 5 of these individuals, one of them is a Cathar, which is like a cat person, quick version. The others are primarily humans or near humans. They look pretty worse for wear. You see around the person in the flight suits, got a few blood spatters along the front of her uniform or her flight suit. You see there's like tattered, frayed pieces of their uniforms or the clothing that they were wearing. These folks look like they've seen some shit. This particular crew compartment that you're in, this large room, there are bunks, but a lot of them have been thrown over. There's a lot of stuff in disarray. It's obvious this place has been ransacked a long time ago. There's a lot of detritus and garbage that's laying around. And the girl in the flight suit, she's raised her hands and she says, "Hey, I give up. Hey, whatever. Do you have space on that ship? We just went off here. We got to go. We need to go."
Name and rank, soldier.
It's been a long time. Lieutenant Stardo, member of the Republic.
Okay.
She rattles off a few like insignias and other stuff that identifies her particular regiment and the like.
Brief me what's happened.
Quite a bit has happened, sir. You can tell that it's difficult for her to try to remember how to stand appropriately. There we go. Just gave you her name. I'll throw her in the NPC shortly. The short version, sir, is that the drive is not what we anticipated. We jumped and remained in folded space for an extremely long time. Finally ended up in the middle of nowhere. There was a mutiny, and one of our officers took over the ship, and he brought us back. I think are we back? We're obviously back, right? Good, but I don't know. Oh, you're muted.
You're safe now.
And she relaxes a little bit and looks around to her. allies. We tried to stop the mutiny, sir. He threw us in here. There were more of us before. We've been here for a long time.
You understand I'll need to secure you here while we secure the rest of the ship?
Yes, sir. Of course. Of course. That's standard protocol.
Okay. Then the team does need to secure them, which probably does mean some kind of cuffing.
Sure.
And then I need a briefing from the team on what they find in this compartment that might tell us what to expect.
Cool. I think that it would be fun if we engage a little bit of mechanics here. So in order to find some good loot here, you need to do a certain amount of damage, right? Your power ranking needs to hit 10 because these guys have already tried to ransack this place. They've been here for a while and they scrounge for food and goods. But hey, maybe there's stuff that you would find that they might overlook or might not see as valuable in their current situation. So what I'm going to ask for is a spot roll. So if you have spot, you'll be rolling that. If not, you'll be rolling shoot. You need a total of 10. And the hidden that I'm rolling is I'll be rolling 3d6 for the difficulty of you guys beating that precision. That make sense?
I don't understand the total of 10 right now.
Oh, okay. You need to effectively do 10 hit points of damage, meaning when you guys make your roll, your power, which is the highest die type, die result, will be the power towards your thing. You guys can work together on this. So if one person does 4, another person does 5, and the last person does 3, you've exceeded the 10.
Cool. If I roll 2 ones, then I can take. Can I then take 2 of my power dice?
No, the way that it works is and thank goodness for Alan doing the work, is what that will do is that will be a double critical. And so the power would go up by 1. You can't take 2 dice because it's not an area effect. That's the thing you did with your weapon, but that's not something you can do in this particular roll. I'll roll by difficulty for you guys right now. If I remember correctly, I was doing the purple d6s, so I'll just re-roll those beautiful things.
So I rolled 3d10, right? Because I have spot. My spot is d10. So I rolled 3d10. I rolled a 3, 4, and 10.
Gorgeous. So I rolled a 2 as my lowest.
I have a 1 and a 5.
Okay, cool. So the 5 heads towards the 10 total. What you're able to find, this place has been scrounged for weapons, but you're able to find that there is a cache of credits, because what would these guys want to do? They're Republic area credits, so the Empire wouldn't. They're worthless in the Empire, but in the Outer Rim, you've basically earned maybe 3,000 credits that you think you can. Right, you need a 1, so it's a success. Because Rune's precision roll wasn't lower than the 2, then unfortunately the power doesn't count towards it. But anyway, you find effectively about 3,500 credits, but they're Republic era credits, so you can only really turn them in pretty much in Tatooine and space where try to invest, but it's like it's according to where you go as far as the exchange rate for old Republic credits. Let's just say that.
So does my roll of a 1 and a 5 make any difference then?
Absolutely, it does, because the 1 precision is lower than the 2, and then the 5 that you have with the 5 that Akal had rolled, that means the 10. So you get all. You've searched and you found all the loot.
So then I'm sorry to interrupt again. So then we're all rolling together then?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
so I did roll a 1 on my own D4 too.
Awesome. And then what was your highest die result after the 1?
Do I roll anything else? Because in spot, I only have 1 die. And that's the D4.
Okay, so then, if you only have the 1 die, you rolled a 1, and that 1 counts towards it. So you're You're like everybody, and you're the straw that broke the camel's back. Effectively, you just added a straw, but it was a damn good straw, very effective. Cool. So all you guys work together. Ruin will say that you give it a cursory look, but you're the soldier. You're spending most of your time securing the prisoners. You guys find 3,500 Republic credits. You also find that they have a small tech kit that evidently they broke because they were trying to cut into the door and used up all the fuel. So you can repair that. And what that will do is that'll give you effectively an extra 2d6 on door cutting, because you add the fuel and put it with your own tech kit. That's what you can get. And then, Gron, what you find are several data pads with libraries that have been effectively lost during the transitions to the Empire. They banned certain journals and the like, and you find quite a bit of that. Reminds you of the old times. Were there any particular treatises or journals or books, any one that you find that reminds you, maybe it was a book that you had a copy of at one point?
Yeah, it's a book of poetry by let's make it Wookiee poetry, which I possessed as a boy, but was banned once the Empire took power.
Can you recite something now, please?
Oh, delightful.
It's pretty clear that this is a Republican ship, right? A
Yes.
very old thing, because we don't know that, because Grant hasn't shared it with us.
Yes, so everyone searching through all this stuff is 30 years old or more. There's nothing Imperial here whatsoever. Those old credits tip you off quite a bit. As far as the technology as well, Vocus, you pick up like, oh, we made multiple improvements to how this works since this thing was made.
Carl makes a good point that it may be time for a fuller briefing. So once our I'm not sure to describe them as prisoners or freed crew, but once they are secured.
Now, question: are you securing them in the crew compartment? Do you move them to the hangar bay near the ship? Do you actually put them on your ship?
They're certainly not getting on the ship. They're not getting on the Princess.
Sure.
So I prefer to have them secured here.
Okay.
And yeah, I will now brief the crew in terms of I didn't brief you before because I'm not sure I believed it. This is an old Republic ship with a revolutionary star drive, which I have agreed to salvage if I can.
Was that so hard?
Need to know, Vocus. Need to know.
I needed to know.
And now you know.
Now we do. So, what's the plan? The mutineers are still in control of the ship, right? They probably won't let us just take the drive.
No, indeed. And so, what's in my mind, and I'll take suggestions on this team, is I'd like to try and hack whatever system they still have operating that might give us some kind of visuals on other bits of the ship.
I'd be curious what that mutiny was about. Anyway, were they just frustrated with the drive, or was there something more nefarious going on?
Good idea. Why didn't you talk to Stardo?
Cool, I'll do that.
Nice. I like that. So we'll follow a call as you head in to speak with her. I'm going to say she's got like the same cuffs that Chewbacca had on him, like those binders in particular. Would you have secured them behind her or in front of her?
Behind her, of course. We don't need to risk anything.
Fair enough.
It's protocol.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so she's seated, kind of her legs crisscross applesauce, and the it's going to be real hard for her to get up again. Let's just say that. And you come in, Akal, and she looks up at you and what?
Okay. And I'm pacing just in front of them back and forth.
Nice.
Glaring at them.
Like you're so. Well named. You're named after an amazing hut.
Have you got a small Wookiee in there?
Was the poetry? Probably an ode to the beauty of the outsides or something like that.
Okay, we've had a confusion. We've had a conversation. He's cool now. Now he's stretching because he got up. He's a lazy puppy. All right, good. Sorry about that. So you approach Stardo. We have Ruin kind of pacing behind you. Ruin, you are carrying Bola Nasiri Udon, your amazing blaster carbine, and Stardo looks up at you. She's disheveled, right? Her hair is done that thing where she got it cut like nice and short, but it's grown over time and uneven, and she hasn't been able to trim it. And there's bits of grease and the like. She hasn't been able to take a sonic shower or anything in a while, so she's a little smelly. And she looks up at you. What do you need?
The mutiny you talked about. What was that about? Why did they mutiny? And how many are there? And who's their leader? I think you have a Wookiee in your crew.
Sorry.
The Wookiee's got your back.
I think you're trying to connect with her, right?
Oh, no, I'm not very good at that. I'm pretty good at... Okay, I'll try to connect with her, sure.
Sweet. Now, if you're trying to intimidate, then just give me a little bit of that, but...
No, I'm right. She's a woman. I'm afraid to intimidate women. She might be a witch. I don't think so. No, and she hasn't done nothing to deserve intimidation. I'll just try to connect with her. Yeah, I rolled a 1. No, I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Okay,
Sorry.
let's see what I rolled. I rolled a 5 and a 6. Guess what? That wins.
Ha!
She can't meet your eyes. She drops her head in shame. And she says, the star drive is cursed. It doesn't work the way we expected.
What does that mean?
There's nothing. There's literally nothing. Obstinate, annoying thing. Sorry. I'm going to let him out. Be a sec.
You intimidated someone.
Obviously. I didn't mean to.
I'm very sorry.
I think I failed to connect with your dog.
Well, he's difficult to connect to. She says, listen, I don't know how it worked, but that drive, it doesn't just draw upon the energies that we have in the core. Somehow that radiation that we thought it was using, there was more. The star drive, we found that I'm not a scientist, but it basically pulls from people. That's why we were here in this compartment.
I make a gesture to ward off evil. She won't know that, but I do.
It killed a lot of my friends. The jump back here killed most of the mutineers. We're the only ones who survived. If it jumps again, I don't know.
So were you the mutineers, or are the mutineers still in there? I'm confused.
I'm sorry. We are not the mutineers. The ship's morale officer, Captain Pierre Duchamp. Real skeezy Slimo. He convinced everyone that it was worth another jump to get home. We didn't want to allow it. The price was too high. We knew that some of the crew would die, as it did when we left. He put us on the compartment where you found us, where we are right now, and then he fired it off, and I had to watch my friends.
So you don't know how many of them are still alive in there?
There were 25 members of the crew who agreed to stay. The main crew compartment is where most of them likely are. It's where the most shielding is. Be careful at the core. Something happened there. We had... This is going to sound weird, but the plants that we had there in the middle, it's an Athorian design. The idea is to have a small garden for reflection and comfort, and there was a vine park, and all the vines, after the star drive was activated, they came alive, and we've avoided it after it had killed a few people.
Really sounds like it's cursed.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see what we can do. And I go back to Grant and tell him that the star drive is cursed.
Cursed?
Cursed. Yes, apparently it doesn't just use the energy from the core, but the energy of people too. Things can do that. The Night Sisters do that.
There's no curse we can't kill.
Unless it kills us first. You have probably never met anything like that in your life, because otherwise you wouldn't be so convinced that you could just kill it.
So you believe this kind of light side, dark side, supernatural stuff?
I come from Dathomir. The Night Sisters live on Dathomir. They can do curses. I believe that. I don't just believe that. My sister is a Night Sister. She can do that. I've seen her. This is not a superstition.
Well, we're going to need to keep it tight then. Vocus, can we hack the system? I don't know whether your tech kit and hack are probably better than my hack and slicing module.
I won't know until I get in there and hook up.
Yeah, increasingly, Vocus, that's your answer to everything. I won't know till I try. Okay, try.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll find. So we're looking for a hard input into the system.
Cool. So, Vocus, I'll just give you a quick heads up. Just from a cursory look, like you can tell, they have severed all data connections. Evidently, there were attempts by the folks who were stuck in this crew compartment. The best chance you have to really tie into the ship is to get in the core compartment or the like. So the difficulty for trying to pull it off from this remote spot that's already where they've tried to sever every connection they can is going to be extremely difficult.
Cool. So that's what you'll see. Vocus is just going along, checking on all of where the hard points would normally be in. Is like, well, we can't get in here. They severed it. We can't get in here. Running along, just complaining the whole time. And it looks like we have to get in further, Grant, or otherwise no one can do this, not even Dot.
Okay. Then we move along the connecting corridor. Rune, you take point. Akal, you cover him. Vocus and I will bring up the rear.
Okay.
Cool.
Call
So,
if you see a curse pointed out, I'll blast it.
Sure.
And then I head out before you can respond.
Yeah, I'll roll my eyes and mutter some kind of prayer or phrase word of bad luck, and I follow them.
nice. The boarding corridor, as you guys can see it on the map, is like this long serpentine length. It actually almost moves in bizarre ways. There's a point where you have to kind of slide down and climb up. The corridor is... Oh, okay. All right. So we'll give Alan just a chance to reconnect that sucker. I hope he's okay. Good luck with laptop. I assume he can still hear us. Yeah. So as you move along the boarding corridor, first of all, you were able to open the doors. I'm just going to say you could do that. But you were able to open the doors that go into the corridor. And as you're moving along, it's effectively, you can only move two side by side because of the twisting and the warped metal. But as you guys come upon, and I'll screen share because I think that might be the easiest way, so we're all on the same page. So as you guys come along this last piece here, this door is open, and you see that there is a soldier at the end of the corridor. She's watching, and she's got a blaster carbine up. And when she sees, who would you say is leading it? Rune, are you leading? Cool. As soon as she sees you, she's going to try to squeeze off a shot. You see that she is armed with a really nice Republic era blaster carbine, and she is also wearing kind of a hard suit. So,
well, she doesn't. I mean, I'm coming in there like ready to shoot as well. So I don't know who goes first.
Yeah. We'll, I just wanted to set up the situation.
Okay. Yeah.
So then let's go ahead and roll dash. So we roll dash for initiative order in this game, but she's really looking to pop a couple shots, and then it's probably going to close the door after action. She's not closing it. She's going to be ordering someone to close the door. That's her intent. And so I will roll her.
I'm close to Rune. Can I roll dash too?
You bet. You sure can. So we'll say the first two of you are able to act in this one little quote-unquote surprise round.
I rolled 2 5s. I mean, she's dead, right?
It does not. I mean, she goes first, most likely. I rolled a 1. See, how about you, Akal? Did you roll anything better on precision?
I rolled a 2 and a 6.
2 and a 6. All right, so she's going to fire, and then the doors are not going to immediately close. So you guys will, at the 2 action, will be able to go, and then at 3, the doors are going to close. So she will fire first. Here we go. I am going to randomly determine who she fires at with percentile dice, because it's just that kind of game. You both look scary. I think, see, 1 through 50 is going to be Rune, and 51 through 100 is going to be Akal. It is Akal. She's going to fire upon you, Akal. So go ahead and roll your dodge, and I will roll her attack. By the way,
Submit.
you...
No.
You, sorry.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
No, the armor is helping with the soak, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Gron, you recognize this person? She has not aged a day.
Oh. I think I'm going to try the same trick as in the crew compartment and try to pull rank.
Cool. You will be able to do that after this series of actions. I'm just going to say you're kind of recognizing, or you're behind them, and you see that. So here we go. I'm rolling 44 plus 46. She is no slouch. Let me roll my 46. All right. Her shot precision is a 2. Did you?
I've rolled a 3 and a 4, so she hits me.
Awesome. She hits you. Sweet. So her power is a 6.
Okay, what do I... So I'm guessing I roll soak now?
You do.
Is that right? And I add my armor.
Correct.
Which is 2d6, and then I have 2d10, which is not so great, but hey, we'll see. Maybe I'll be...
Your soak is 44, and your armor is 2d6. Yep. So you're rolling 4d10 and 2d6. That's pretty good.
Huh? My soak is... Oh, it's heave, right? I'm on 4d10.
Yeah.
I'm so good. So it's 2 more d10s, and then I've got my armor. That's a lot of dice. Okay, so I can roll really high with my d10, which would be great if I had anything on my d6s. Nope. I've got 3, and 3 is my lowest.
3 is your lowest? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the power on that to see how much you soak?
The power is 9.
Wow. Sweet. So this is a point where the rules are a little confusing for me, because do you need to succeed to soak? I think and the penetration on this weapon is the same as the hit, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
This is a weird point. So I think that you eat it. So I'm going to say you take damage, meaning that you had to beat the precision of her shot. So based on
wait,
the
can I spend a token to re-roll my d6s?
You certainly can. You can actually spend that token to re-roll any dice that you wish.
I think I want to re-roll my d6s and some of these d10s, because, come on. No, it's not getting better. I'm eating 10.
Okay. I found it.
Okay.
When you take damage, your roll or rally, roll soak for physical attacks, rally for psychic attacks. It doesn't count as an action. If your power beats the incoming damage, you don't have to roll success. If your power beats the incoming damage, 6 was coming in, you rolled a 9, you're fine, no worries. So keep that token. You're good.
Cool.
Good. Okay. There we go.
That was easy.
Okay. Sorry. It is simpler than I thought. So she shoots you, your armor effectively soaks the damage, and then the doors shut. So, what do you want to do?
Wait, the doors close at 3, but I can't, my first action comes at 2.
Oh,
so can I maybe?
I'm so sorry. Yes, you definitely can fire back. That's right. So
I want to fire back,
your action.
but I would love to fire at the doors in a way so they won't close on us.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
I don't want to fire at her because I don't know. I'd rather have the door open than have her dead or stunned or anything.
That sounds good to me. All right. I'm going to say that doors don't get out of the way. So let's just go ahead and have you roll against, and it will soak.
Okay. I'll try to roll stuff. Okay, my lowest is a 2. No, I've got more to roll for the gun. Yeah, great. So my lowest are 3 2s, and then I've got 2 6s, and I don't know what that means.
All right, the soak for this, I am just rolling soak, so you need to do 10 damage to be able to take out those doors to where they won't close, because the highest
I'm going to spend a token now to re-roll all of my dice, because none of them did anything useful. Nope, I don't do it.
Okay, cool. So you squeeze off a shot and it hits the doors. There's a score mark, right? And then they close. And thanks for reminding me about the initiative there. So doors are closed, and then you hear over the comms as you guys are moving up. This is Lieutenant Sanchez. We do not need borders. I will sever this connection and send you into space if you proceed forward to this door. You can tell it's just coming through like a little speaker on the other side of the door.
Is there any way we can fritz any camera from where we are?
What does fritz a camera mean?
Oh, sorry. So she's obviously able to see us, or she's implying that. Is there a way that we can just take that offline so she's not sure where we are?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you could just fire it and shoot it if you wish.
Oh, fine. Do that.
Yeah, it's like one of those little eye, those at Jabba's palace, like the little eye that kind of comes out, camera type thing. You shoot it.
And then run to the door, and I'd like to connect the slicing module to the door lock to unlock the door.
That sounds lovely. It does have...
Can I also, like, make it so that she can't release the corridor?
That would be a mighty fine idea, because releasing the corridor would be pretty damaging for you guys, because you'd be vented to space. Now, I'm assuming that you're hard suit, so you could probably pull a mask down and just float around, and maybe eventually Dot will come around and pick you guys up. So it'll probably work out. But I think for the intervening time, that could be really terrible. Cool. All right. So you guys are going to do two things. You're number one, trying to splice into the door. Number two, trying to make sure that she's unable to disconnect this boarding corridor. And that sounds awesome. So you're going against Lieutenant Loretta Sanchez's abilities. Her tech ability is her fix. Sorry, her fix is not incredible, but it's pretty good because she knows her native fix isn't amazing, but she's a native of this place and knows it pretty intimately. So go ahead. Bless you. She has to accumulate, in order to decouple the boarding corridor, she has to accumulate 20 power in fix maneuvers. Meaning, I'm going to be ticking up that clock as she tries to decouple.
Well, my money is on Vocus with his 2D4 hack and his 2D10 tech kit.
He is kind of built for this stuff.
2D6 for the, because the 2D10 it's to do with hacking systems, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We decided that was the fiction last time. So I think his 2D4, his 2D10, and his 2D6 is better than my 7D6 for the slicing module. So Vocus, make the magic happen.
So I think if we see what that happens is like that camera, it's kind of like, so you shoot that camera immediately, and I'll slide right up and throw my slicing module in there to hack the door while you guys are working at the couplers. Okay. Come on. That is 3 1s and a 7 that I rolled for the highest. So that puts that up to a 9, I think. Or is that
that's
10?
pretty amazing. Okay, great. So we know what's going on with that. Let's flip over to see about the attempt to keep her from decoupling. So I'm going to go ahead and roll her combined fix with her advantages. So, and you need to roll fix as well, Ruin.
Can we just keep the blocks closed by sheer physical strength?
Keep the I see what you're saying, from like where she's trying to decouple you guys.
Yeah,
you can, yes, you can go ahead and
because I've got a pretty good heave, but I have got no fix, so I would just try to physically slam these things or keep these things from getting open.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
It could be that that's true of Rune as well. Is room
I
better at
rolled
fixing stuff or just heaving stuff?
heave 46, fix 3d6. You make the order. You command. You're the boss.
I think this is. I think if the two of you can just try to hold those locks in place, then while Vocus has been hacking the door, I could have a go at hacking the locking mechanism. Okay, Rich?
Yeah, I like that. I think that makes sense for what you guys are good at. It allows our splicer to do his thing and allows you guys to be all strong and working together after all of your anger and fussing before. A little bit of teamwork. I love it.
So while we're doing this, I'm speaking lowly to Akal, and I'm saying, look, if we work together, we can manhandle these curses. Was that the word you used? Curse? I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, curse is the word. We'll see. I'm not sure sheer strength will work against curses either.
I'm showing you my muscles, but through the battle suit, so you can't really see anything. So.
I'm concentrating on keeping these hatches closed, because if we're vented into space, curse or no curse, it's not a good idea. It's not good.
Give me, if you guys beat a precision of 2.
Oh,
I rolled a 3, 3, 5, and a 1.
I rolled a 1 and a 4 and a 3 and a 6.
Okay, cool. So both of you rolled 1s, which is exactly what you needed to beat her attempt. So you see one of the couplings, like maybe there's a screw or something that it starts to come undone, and you reach up and you grab it and you shove it back in. You guys are holding it fast, physically kind of helping that coupling to stay attached. When Vocus moves up, drops in his splicing module using that special tech kit on the side, and then the door just cycles and opens up, which means that if they continue trying to decouple that, then they're hosed because they'll vent into space with you. And by they, I mean Lieutenant Sanchez, and she has 2 guards with her. So you guys move into the crew compartment in the map. If you kind of core chamber there, sorry, not crew compartment, core chamber, too many C words. The core chamber is the largest, by far the largest section of the ship. And I'll give a brief bit of description of that just so you guys have a sense of place, and then we will place folks, okay? The core of the ship is a long central shaft that connects all the ship's decks together. There are 3 lifts or elevators that climb the walls around an open space that's filled with a vine park, which Stardo mentioned to you and Akal says is part of the curse. The vine park once provided the crew with a pleasant common area for relaxation and socialization. And now the radiation from Tunnicliffe has turned it into a grasping, ravenous monster. So much of the appeal of Vine Park was lost. So there we go. Vine Park evidently it only grows up to a certain point. You actually see in crude paint there is like this radius that's been painted, and the guards that are on this side of the crew core chamber where you guys are outside of what is considered the radius of the Vine Park's gripping vines and tendrils and the like. Sorry.
I'd like to try the same trick as previously, which is to try and call on Sanchez to stand down.
Sweet. So Sanchez might be easier, or it might be more difficult. Those 2 troopers are clone troopers, and you're pretty damn sure that if you can pull this off, they will snap too. Being clone troopers, as Sabine, who's played a clone trooper before, you know that they are kind of programmed to do their job. And these guys never had Order 66 performed on them or anything like that. And so, yeah, their rally is kind of near where Akal's is, more or less. Okay. So you're effectively rolling against Sanchez and she is going to really not want to give up command because you can tell that this is a pretty terrible situation she's in. Cool. So I am rolling 4d6 for her resistance to you trying to command her to stand down.
Okay.
So what does that sound like?
Much the same as before, except this time, Sanchez, you know me, it's a Kitos. Stand down. I say stand down.
Nice. You super outranked her, like in the Republic, so.
And I'm broadcasting that on the command HUD.
Ooh, kick ass. That gives you a definite benefit. You need to be 3 precision.
Okay. And I don't. I have a 4.
Do you wish to spend a token?
I do. I'm spending them like fun, but what the heck? And re-roll those. Is a 2, 3, 4. So precision 2, power 4.
Awesome. So you command her. The clone troopers, they pull up their blaster carbines, but they hesitate. And then Sanchez looks at the scrappers around you, and she says, "Commander,
you've been gone a long time, Sanchez. Stand down."
She looks at Ruin and she says, "Is he part of the other boarding crew?"
So she's looking at me?
Yeah, she points right at you.
Just that run that by me again, Sanchez. What do you mean other boarding crew?
There's another crew that just coupled. We're being boarded. I thought you were part of them.
We're with you now. You take my orders. We see the borders off. Okay?
Stay around this area, the red. Don't go into the red. And she starts running along the core chamber towards the bridge.
Then I think that we take off after her.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys take off out of the core chamber. Cool. Just checking times. Anybody need a break? Are we good? Okay, thumbs up. We're good. All right, cool. So, I don't know why I was looking at Spaceport Trident Vespa. You guys head through the core chamber. You are able to run with her. You take a lift. One of the lifts will shoot you along towards the bridge. The lift actually is able to move multiple directions. It's not just an up type of deal. And as the lift moves, you see several of the vines come out and try to snatch towards it. There is quite a bit of blood in this lift, like fresh blood. And the clone troopers, they're there and they're kind of clone trooper Republic style armor. They have the cool fins, and like one of them has, they've marked it up a little bit. Like one of them has like wolf things. Sabine, that's great. One of them has like a handprint on one side, and another one has like this wolf's ears and the like. But the two are effectively clone troopers. And Sanchez, she looks around at the gore and she says, "One of those carking Weequay thought that they could take the lift." She laughs derisively, and then she looks over at you, Rune. Lucia Sanchez is human. She's got dusky brown skin. She's in her 30s. She's in good physical shape.
Excuse me, miss. How long ago did you leave the Republic? I'm just wondering.
Oh, how long ago did she leave the Republic?
Yeah, how long ago?
Chronometers are a little tricky. It's been a while.
Yeah, years? Decades? Months?
I don't know. What does it matter, Deathmirian?
Well,
I'm just wondering. That's all.
But you did say, didn't you, Rich, as player now, that she hadn't aged a day?
She has not aged a day.
These clone troopers are really young. And I will remark that too.
They are literally months old.
Out of their earshot that they all look awfully young. I thought this with Lieutenant Stardo as well. It's like almost no time has passed. And they talk about the Republic like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Commander, I'm surprised to see you here, and especially out of uniform.
Undercover, Sanchez. Yours is a highly classified mission. We need to get you home.
Yes, sir.
Is she looking at all oddly at me because I've aged 20 years?
Yeah, she's really not sure what to say about that, but you also get the feeling that she's really evasive about how much time has passed. Like, she probably is aware that time has passed because time has physically passed. Like, it's she doesn't want to talk about it. She sees you, but she knows who you are, so she's just grasping onto it. This is a very kinetic situation for her, so she's trying to just react and then converse later. She's very soldiery in that way. Cool. So you guys shoot through the core chamber out of Vine Park and make it to the aft of the ship's central core. I'm sorry, not the aft, the fore of the central core to the bridge. Yes, she is certainly cursed. So the bridge, as you come to it, I'm going to say, Vocus, that you feel how cold it is. Like, it is icy cold.
As we're moving along, we can just feel the temperature go down.
It's one of those things where it feels chilly here, but there's definitely a vacuum seal. But when you put your hand on that door, it's as cold as space.
Okay. So it's like his little feet go up and pat the door a little bit and go, oh, I don't know. There's something compromised around here, Gron. So can I, like, I'm going to try to patch into where I'm at and get a read on what I get going on in the system, since I couldn't do it from outside of the ship.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, you can patch in. This isn't like even a roll. It's not shielded or guarded now that you're inside.
Yeah.
So you're able to patch into the system, and the first thing that you get is that there are warnings that the bridge has been vented into space. It's also been breached. So that's not good. That the main controls have been rerouted. And for that to get any more information, because somebody spliced into this thing, you'll need to go ahead and make a fix roll. But that's the first piece of information you get. And of course, there's also an environmental alarm about the compromised core chamber, which is basically tech speak for the vine creature, which you're aware of.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Vine Creature, we spent a lot of money on it. There was the CGI effect. It was very like Audrey 2. It was great. You guys avoided that trouble, but we do kind of flash back to it a couple times because we spent a lot of money on that special effect.
Okay. And I'm not clear on where we are currently physically.
You bet. So let me try to bring you guys up to speed. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm like, I do speed lines and things just move. So you guys came in here. You were told to board a lift, and this lift is shot. Don't move the picture, Rich. I got excited and clicked the button. So it shot across and came up here to the bridge compartment. So
we are.
Yeah, you're here at the bridge. You're right at the access point to go into the bridge.
And she's with us, ready to punch open to get in there.
She is. I imagine you kind of interposed yourself and checked stuff out.
If I'm in there, I'll lock it with being patched in and go, no, you can't go in there. That it's been vented into space. I mean, unless you want to go for a nice little ride to a star or something.
What's the problem, Vocus?
I'm getting readouts that the bridge itself has been vented and breached. There's warnings all over this ship. There's a nice one about that big plant we saw earlier. The bridge is gone. Basically, it's been rerouted elsewhere. All the controls.
Raise an eyebrow and look at Sanchez. Talk to me, Sanchez. Talk to me.
They threatened to bomb if we didn't give up control of the ship. I guess they set it off. There are at least 4 Weequay and also a Dathomirian female that are located in that bridge.
Why don't we go get what we came for and leave as quickly as we can? We don't need to get onto the bridge, right? That's not what we're here for, what we came for.
From the technical briefing, can we detach the drive section?
Can you detach the drive section? I mean, so if you look at the picture, it looks like it's an easy thing to pop. That's because the way this was drawn was just the interior where people can get. Detaching the engine room would be a pretty significant action. It would take quite a bit. You guys are scavs. Take quite a bit of cutting to pull that off. You could with time.
I'm not sure we've got time. So the controls have been rerouted somewhere else. Focus. Can you tell us where the bridge controls have been routed to?
I definitely can. I don't. Where do I get a read on where it is?
Give me a fix roll because they are trying to hide it.
Oh, great. Let's see. So I have the fix and the hack. That's just my standard kind of roll then, right?
No, you're using all your gadgets, so your tech kit comes in.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All of that. Cool.
And let me grab theirs.
Yeah, not the best. The lowest is 3.
Okay. My lowest is a 1. Do you wish to spend a token? Otherwise, you're not going to get a read on where it's at.
Yeah, I'll spend that token.
Okay. You can re-roll whenever, or as many of the dice as you wish.
All right, I'll keep that 9, I suppose.
That's a good call.
Not much better. I got a 2.
Okay. You see that it's been spliced and rerouted. Looks like at one point it was set up to the canteen, if you look on the map, but that is no longer in place. So you're not sure where. It looks like it might be running from a couple of different places.
Yeah, I just can't get a read on it. They've been hacking. They've been just hacking up all of these cables and running it everywhere. I don't get it. We're going to have to just kind of like try to take a guess on where they're at.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Sanchez says they're trying to cover for that. We've had to make quite a few patches to the ship to keep her running. And we've had problems with mutineers. And you realize when she says mutineers, she means Stardow and the others that you took. She considers them mutineers. Just because I don't want mutineers to confuse everybody. That's what she means.
It's always a point of view, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then I don't think we've got any alternative but to clear this ship a compartment at a time. Did you say that it wasn't in the canteen?
It used to be in the canteen, but I don't know. There's no definite route there now. It could be there.
If we got you into the canteen, would you have a better chance of working out where they'd rerouted from there? Better chance, definitely.
Sir, if we can repel these borders, then we can take control. All of the crew, except for my troopers, are in the crew compartment on the starboard side. The captain has gone to the engine room to make sure that that is secure, and he has several troopers with him. The bridge is the area that we need to take control of. Those Weequay, they could cause irreparable damage.
How long ago did they come?
Not long before you arrived.
I just don't see how we get in there without breathing a lot of vacuum. Options, people?
We could try to jam the door so they won't get out.
We don't think the controls still run to the bridge, so yeah, the best option is to secure them inside it.
Focus. The door starts to cycle open. What do you do?
I'd say, someone's coming through on the other side. I can close this, or we can see if it's really vented. Computers lie sometimes.
Secure the door.
I hit the button to keep it closed.
Sweet. Give me a fixed roll. It's like they push a button, you push the button, you're doing that thing where you hit the elevator button a whole bunch of times thinking that it'll come faster.
Do 3 is the lowest.
All right, I'm getting ready to roll my dice right now. It is 66 that you're rolling against. All right, I've got my roll. I've got a 1.
Nice.
You wish to spend a token, or shall we go ahead and have
I
this
think
door
let's
open
go
up?
ahead. This sounds like fun.
Awesome. The door opens up and immediately oxygen starts rushing forward as the door starts to open. Rune, you see that there are 2 Weequay who are at the door. Akal. By the way, the Weequay are wearing vac suits, like armored vac suits. These are Weequay Expeditionary Force intrusion factor level hard suits. And Akal, you see wearing one of those kind of bubble helmets, like Mass Effect style bubble helmets, is your very lovely sister. And she's standing behind those 2 Weequay.
Oh, and that's when he says, just slightly, I think Rune can hear it, when he says, oh no, shit.
I think that's a curse.
Yeah, she's a curse.
Cool. Those 2 Weequay are like, they're just rushing in towards you guys because they do not want to let that door stay secured.
Take him down, folks. Take
I'm
him down.
opening fire.
Sweet. All right, let's go ahead and roll dash, my friends, and have a little bit of fun. By the way, these Weequay, they're former Expeditionary Force members, maybe current. I'm not sure. They're wearing some good tech, stuff you know. All right, hold on. I got to find my Weequay boarding party stats. All right. All right, here we go. I know what to roll for their dash. So everybody roll dash who wants to act this round. These guys aren't super fast. So.
Appropriately enough, I rolled 2 5s.
That seems not good for you. Oh, that's weird. Oh, there's my D10. It just disappeared. It was weird. Back.
I rolled a 4 and a 1.
All right, the 1 means you go first, Rune.
Is somebody else rolling white?
Oh no. I just rolled a 1 on them again.
No, I had to move them out of the way because they were on top of my blue. So sorry about that. I know how people get, how
Don't touch my dice.
people get when people touch other people's dice. Yeah.
Don't touch my electronic dice.
I hope I didn't jinx them.
Did anybody roll? So I'll count up from the lowest die total that you rolled, the lowest die result that you rolled. Rune rolled a 1. Did anybody else roll 1s? Okay, nice. So Rune and Gron and Vocus. Wow. So I think you're just stunned to inaction there, poor poor Akal. Cool. So then the lowest die I have for the baddies is a 4. And what did you say that you rolled for Akal?
5s, 2 5s. I think that's very fitting, though.
I do think so too. All right, so Rune, Gron, and Vocus, you guys can kind of bubble around. I mean, Rune, since Gron, you kind of run the show. Do you want to say who of your group goes first and kind of organize it that way? Sounds good to me. You guys are okay with that?
I mean, Rune's reflexes will make the edge. So Rune fires first. Then I think probably in terms of discipline, me, then Vocus.
Is that fair? You okay with that, Vocus?
Unless I just started shooting. No, go ahead. We'll do that.
If those are good dice, keep them. If they're bad dice, we'll say that you didn't go.
You could argue that if Vocus just steps up, he'll earn a token.
Well, that's true. What's your alignment? Because I need to be keeping. Now that
It's
you guys are burning through these
upset the
tokens.
status quo.
That's true. If you ignore him and go first, I'll give you a token for it.
Yeah, that sounds right. So if you're starting to spit orders, when that door opens and I hear that oxygen vent out, I'm just shooting. So I'm gonna shoot for those weak hit way with my stun gun.
Nice, cool. So, by the way, this first round there's a little bit of shock, but as the vent to space picks up, that's definitely going to present an obstacle for you guys. So just be advised. Being vented to space is a bad thing.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll.
So let's see. Shoot. 5d6. Two ones, and 5 was the highest result.
Nice.
Is that not 66? 1 for shoot, 3 for the gun, and 2d6 for the subunit of the gun?
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I'll add one more.
Cool. Good call. All right. And are you shooting? I'm just going to say that the 2 weak way in the front are really the best targets of opportunity for you because they're making themselves like wide open.
I thought it made most sense with my stun setting on that riot gun to just blast them.
Awesome. So they're not incredibly tough. Let's go ahead and see how they soak or actually they're trying to dodge first. So yeah. All right, here we go. These guys take the standard allotment of expeditionary force combat drugs, which you know well, my friend Rune the weak way. And their lowest was a 2. You said you rolled a 1?
2 ones.
Awesome. So that second one adds to your power.
So that's a 7 for power.
7 for power. So they're going to try to soak that. And their soak is underneath heave. Sorry. I'm still... good. Okay. So they are armored. And let's see how well that goes. You got a total of 8 coming at them. They have to roll above the 8. They did not. So they are going to take... and by they, it will be the one known as Charnagus. Takes a couple of shots, and I know it's a lot of dice rolling. I completely agree. He takes a shot to his chest and falls to the deck, and then starts sliding back as the vacuum pulls him towards. As he fell off of his mag boots. So, poor guy. Didn't fall out of them. He just kind of fell down, and the mag boots are no longer attached to the deck. So that was Vokes' action. Rune, what do you want to do?
I rolled. Okay. So would I recognize Akal's sister as a superior threat? I don't. I mean,
I don't know. Like, there's a weak way, like coming up in your face. I don't even know if willowy female who's behind doesn't even have a weapon out would register as a threat for you, like right off the bat.
Yeah, no, she's easy meal for Akal. I'll take out the tough soldier.
Awesome. So you're going after Volkala.
Yeah,
weak way right now.
Yeah. So I rolled a 6, 5, 2, 2, 3, 6, 9.
Okay, so it sounds like your precision is a 2.
2s. Yeah.
You have hit because I rolled a lot of higher dice than that. So go ahead and roll your. See, the power of your action is how much damage I've got. So what was your highest die result?
9.
No. Wow, that's amazing. I have to soak 9, and this guy's double checking. The heave is 46 because he's armored, so he's going to eat some of this. Is this enough to take him out? Holy crap. So you did 4 to him. Did you have this on stun?
Absolutely not.
Cool. You shoot him in the head, and we cut away because this is Star Wars. But when we cut back, we do not see all of a weak way. Yeah, so that's pretty nasty. Bam. Gron, Those two weak way who tried to charge in, one is stunned and down and sliding away. The other one is irrevocably dead. Like, we can't even bring him back later in,
then that leaves the willowy bubble helmeted Night Sister behind.
Yes.
So I'm rolling 2d6 to shoot and 2d6 for the blast tech heavy blaster pistol. 1, 2, 6, 6.
Oh, nice. She's a little tougher than her compatriots. So let's see how her dodge works. Oh, you got a 1? Sweet. So you hit her. Go ahead and roll what was your power? 6?
6.
6. Awesome. So she has pretty good personal armor. But she is not quite as sturdy as them, so she's going to be relying on her armor. Let's get that other d10 in here, and then I will roll 3d6 and 2d10. Move these dice out of the way. A lot of dice management. If I had physical dice, I'd probably be rolling them faster than this. It's just something I'm recognizing. Her highest is a 6, and your highest was a 6. So you hit her right in the chest, and she falls back a few steps, but her mag boots hold her upright, so she kind of waves back, and you see the scoring along. I'm going to say this like some kind of metallic red. Hardsuit is one of those that's very form-fitting and super sexy looking because I have the budget for it. But it hurt. It obviously hurt. Like, it knocks the wind out of her.
Is it possible to say anything while firing, or
absolutely?
Is it
what do you say?
Sanchez, hit the emergency button.
Close the door again. Nice. I like it. Cool. So give me a quick command to see if she pulls it off. I'm going to say as long as you get a 1 or a 2, she'll do that at the end of the round. While you're doing that, these guys are going firing at you. They're definitely going to fire at the person who blew off the head of their friend, even though you're a freaking weak way. And
sorry, I've confused that slightly, but it's 3 is my precision and 6 is my power.
Okay, so the 3 precision, what I was saying was you just need a 1 or 2 precision for her to pull that off at the end of the round. If you want to spend a token,
I've only got 1 left.
All right.
My effort so far to avoid fighting people has earned me any.
You could leave it to me to close the door because I've still got an action coming up.
Okay.
That'd be a good idea. Cool. So the action right now goes to your opponents. So we have 2 Weequay as well as the Night Sister who are still existing. And one of the Weequay is going to fire upon there's one of those, like, I'm going to fire to keep the door open. So he's firing at the door control on his side. One of them is going to fire upon Rune, and the Night Sister is going to be talking in your head, a call. Cool. So first action is the fire upon the door to keep it open. So that is the shoot with blaster carbines. And these guys are decent shots. They have 3d6 plus, let me double check my, 3d6 plus 2d8 is what they are rolling. So let me get those 2d8. All right. And let me roll all my dice real quick here. And what he needs to do is a total of 8 damage to the door in order to keep it from closing anymore. And he got a 1 and 2 6s. So he fires upon the door, but it sparks, but he's going to have to fire again before this thing is completely disabled. Focus. So there is 6 damage to the door. And now, Rune, you get shot at. So go ahead and roll your dodge, Rune.
Okay, so where's dodge? Okay. Okay, so
your dodge is in dash.
It's 2d6.
Right.
And then, am I including armor stuff?
You will roll the armor in your soak. So your chance of dodging out of the way isn't great, but you are pretty hard to hurt when it comes to getting hurt time.
6 and a 1.
6 and a 1. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I got 2-1 critical success. So he does hit you with a shot in the chest. You have 5 damage because it was a critical success. So as to the 4, which was the highest total, you need to soak against 5 damage. So now you will roll your soak, which is 4d10, plus your armor, which is 2d8. 4d10 plus 2d8, and one of those die totals will be how much out of the 5 is taken off. And if you exceed 5, you take no damage from it.
What is the 2d6 next to the 2d8?
That is a module that you could add on to give you 2d6 more. You just need to define it.
Isn't this the anti-weak way breastplate?
Precisely. Yeah.
It is now.
One, 3, 8, 5, 6, 10, 6, 3.
10. Okay. So you have 5 damage coming in. All you have to do with a soak roll is exceed the damage, right? And if you don't exceed it, then you take your highest single die result, apply that to the damage, and the remainder, the difference between the two, is how much damage you would take. Damage reduces your dice in maneuvers. You take no damage because you rolled a 10 and I'll have 5 coming at you. So,
I growl at the guy that shot me.
Nice. Cool. So then the third one is our conversation.
Yay.
A call, my brother, please. We need the star drive. You can come home with me if you will secure the star drive from these foolish creatures. And she's going to use psi on you and make a psi attack to force you to do what she wants.
Does she have any dice in this?
She has
Because
dice in this.
I cannot defend.
Okay, so you're going to take some damage.
Cool. Yay.
So here's basically what it is. If you want to give in and follow her command, then you won't take damage.
Oh.
If you refuse to, then you're going to take some psychic damage right now.
I don't want to go home with her. No. I'll take damage.
All right. So she got a 1 in precision, which would have been great. She only got a 5 in her damage. So let's real quick talk about damage. So you're the first person to take damage. Congratulations. Good job. We appreciate your sacrifice to teach us more rules, because that's what we need, more rules. And my PDF readers decided to take a nap. Okay. Thank you, PDF damage. All right. Malicious dice roll.
Yeah, I was wondering how much damage I could, or anybody could, survive.
You'd roll rally for psych attacks. Do you have? I don't think you have any.
No,
rally.
I don't have any ready. I have nothing in ready.
All right, cool. So you just eat it.
Yeah.
All right. If you do not beat the incoming damage, you get hurt. If your precision beats there, reduce the maneuver by 1 die. Otherwise, reduce by dice equal to the attack's crits plus 1. So you need to reduce. I have 1 crit because she rolled a 1. So you need to reduce 2 dice. So write the modified maneuvers dice in the maneuvers big box, where you just basically note it there. So you're taking 2. You're reducing 2 dice from your main maneuvers: shoot, heave, dash, rally, connect, fix. You can spread it between 2 of them. This represents the damage that you are taking.
Okay, so I have to reduce 2 dice. I think I will reduce my. Actually, I might reduce my. I'll reduce my shoot, because that's really, with 6, that's good enough. And I'm a bit shook. And I reduce my connect because right now I'm not very social. I'm not feeling very social.
Cool. That can be healed back, so you may want to just make a note that you've taken some damage there. So.
Okay. Hmm. Okay.
Akal, you now get to go after taking this psychic damage from your sister, who's very upset with you.
Yeah, I'm upset with her too. I think I'll just do what Grant told Lieutenant Sanchez, who apparently hasn't heard or anything. I will close the door.
Nice. Cool. So you close the door because that first action didn't do enough damage. It does shut. You've bought yourself a few moments.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll drop out of round by round action to check up. And Sanchez says, I was going to close the door, sir.
Well, it's closed now.
You've had a tough time, Sanchez. It's okay. Get this lift away from that door.
Yes, sir. So you guys step back onto the lift.
Take us to the canteen.
Can we solder the door shut before we go?
Would it be possible? In my mind's eye, the lift detaches, and now there's not a lock. There's just a door.
There's a door. So you could actually, you don't have to take the lift to come up to the bridge. You could just walk up to it. So Akal's suggestion is a good idea. And I'm sorry that it wasn't clear. I mean, we've got this big cone or big cylindrical shape, and there aren't a whole lot of little details. The lift effectively works within grooves within the interior of the ship, and that's how it moves around. But you could walk up a set of stairs and walk right into the bridge if you needed to. So do you guys want to basically try to solder it closed?
Yeah, I'm increasingly taken with.
Can we take a bio break?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Cool. So it's 16 till. Let's go ahead and take. Let's just meet back up at 5 till. Nice long break, and you guys will have effectively soldered that door closed because they're not trying to open it again.
Cool. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello. After putting up with my pup earlier, he dissed me. He dissed me. I went downstairs and he was sitting on the love seat while my son was preparing to play a video game, and I got myself another Diet Pepsi, so maybe words will come more clearly. And I walked over and I said, "Hey, buddy," and I like leaned down to kiss the top of his head, and I shit you not, like, here's me coming down, and he went, "Hmm?" And I stopped and I looked at him, and he leaned up and licked my face like, "No, let me do the thing. Don't you kiss me, I'll kiss you. Stop it." He's particular. We just started, we're in our second week of puppy training. He's 7 months old. We started too late, but he was sick for a little bit, so we couldn't really take him to socialize with other pups. So probably suffer for the rest of our lives with an obstinate dog. It sucks. All right. Everybody's back, and it's exactly 10:55. Bam. So you guys soldered up the door, and you recognize, Vocus, that they're not trying to breach anymore. Evidently, they're going about it a different way. And she hasn't left your head, Akal. She's not continuing to attack, but she's opened a line of communications. What are you doing here? Who are these other scavengers?
I ignore her, or try to, and I walk up to Gran and I say, Gran, I've got a problem. The night witch is in my head.
What do you mean in your head?
She's a night witch. She can talk to people, try to control them. I know her. She knows me.
And I think
Gran is now, you guys are in the lift. Let's say you're traveling back and you're heading to where did Sanchez program the lift to go?
We wanted to go to the canteen, I think, to see whether that gave us a better idea where the bridge was. Okay. Or I mean, can Sanchez just tell us?
Tell you. Oh, this. So you ask her where. She says, Duchamp probably has moved the ship control to the engine room. It was a little hectic. We had 2 sets of boarders, but that's where he wanted to go. And sure, Ruin would overhear this. You guys are in an elevator shaft, effectively, that moves around.
Well, then let's go straight to engineering.
Okay, cool, no problem. Good. So I want to swing back to, because I interrupted. Ecologist said this thing about the night witch being in his head, and you hear that because it's pretty tight. So
I would just kind of hit a call in the back of the head and just snap out of it. Come on, get with it.
It's not something you can snap out of. And when he looks at you, you can see these bloody tears coming from his eyes, and he's blinking a lot.
Vocus will hold up that old trinket that he swiped from a call earlier and go, "Hey, maybe you need this more than I do right now."
Thank you, Walcos. That's wow. Didn't think I'd see that again. I don't know if it helps. She knows me pretty well.
Well, maybe it'll be fine. I won one in a card game anyway, and I have that other little roast when I had a card game. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, thank you.
So look, Carl, when you say that she's in your head, because I think Gran is beginning to reassess his view of this witch stuff. Does that mean
that
she knows where you are, or what you're doing, or what? What does this mean for the mission?
I know I can hold her off, but I don't know. She's trying to talk to me. I can try to fool her, but I'm not very good at this. I've been controlled for a part of my life.
So what is she asking you to do? What is she saying to you?
She's after the drive. She's telling me to get her the drive.
Okay. Well, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not. I'm done
All I
with
need
this.
you to do, Akal, is if this gets hairy, we need to know.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you.
I appreciate that, but you know, if you cross some kind of threshold, talk to us. Okay.
Okay, I will. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Non-stop to engineering then.
and I sent back to Inestra, like, I'm finished with you. You can kill me, but I won't do what you say. Not anymore. Not ever again.
Little brother, you've always been such a disappointment. Run away yet again. No, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to warp your mind and drag you back to Dathomir, and you will be my family's puppet.
I don't know. I try to recite one of these anti-curse witchy things in my head that I learned as a child or something, or that I learned somewhere else, or some kind of Jedi thing that it's just a nursery rhyme, but I just use it to ignore her if I can.
Cool. It's a low. You ever have one of those headaches that just kind of, they just hover around your temples, and it just makes it a little hard to think, and it doesn't ever quite go away. That's the pressure that Inestra, the Night Sister, is applying to you as she's continuing to try to find a way to steal this star drive with her few remaining weequay. You guys, the lift circles back around with our Audrey 2 kind of Sarlacc creature. They would get another good glam shot of all the high-tech CGI there, and you whip around and the track ends, and you guys step out of the lift at the engine room, and Sanchez says, Commander, the captain has the engine room secure. We're here. We can defend it from this Dathomirian female and the other weequay.
She's a night witch. Her name is Inestra.
Inestra.
Can we maneuver other than using the star drive?
There are sublight engines, but a hyperdrive was never installed into the Bulbar. It was removed. There wasn't enough space. The star drive's quite spacious. There's a beep on your comm links. It is from the ship. It is Dot.
Hi, Dot. What do you got to say?
I'm sure you all are bored and don't need anything else going on, but something just came out of hyperspace and is on its way.
What?
Something.
Where? How long?
We have perhaps 15 minutes before it's within hailing range. It appears to be Imperial. I'll be more exact. This is a G-Truck freighter, and it appears to be carrying a complement of 8 TIE fighters.
Okay, so it looks like the Empire is going to strike back, guys. So we need to move quickly now.
Yeah. How do we secure the star drive? It's so spacious. And should we even, if it does what Stardo said it would?
Unless anyone tells me different, I'm going to reprioritize the mission objectives. Objective 1, retrieve star drive. Objective 2, ensure it does not fall into the Empire's hands. And Vocus, I want you to, talk tech to me. Is there any way to move this ship using the Princess's hyperdrive?
Yeah, but we don't have enough time to install all that. If you want to move fast, the best way would be to use the systems that are already on the ship. So
The cursed star drive.
Right, right. That would be the fastest and also riskiest move.
Yeah, I tend to think risk outweighs some weird stuff has happened to these people and this place. I'm not looking to fire that up anytime soon, unless it's packed with Imperial troops.
Well, let's see what they have going on in the engine room, and I can take a look, and I have a better idea of what's actually installed and going on.
Can Sanchez, can you talk to Captain Duchamp?
Of course, I'm security chief. I'm trying to understand. You need the star drive. The mission is over. It's a failure, sir. Duchamp has been able to keep it working.
Yeah, there are some political considerations that I can't share with you, Sanchez. What matters is that the Republic has some enemies. This drive must not fall into their hands. I will retrieve the ship if I can.
The Republic gone. I mean, just saying.
Just pipe down a call on that subject. Yes.
So you right now you just don't want this drive to get into the Imperial hands?
I prefer it stayed in Republic hands.
Right.
Do we understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, I got you. I'm just like, if you want to scrap getting anything out of this, then we can just take everyone back to the ship and just blast that thing and get out of here with our own drive.
Yeah, no, I don't think we've got 15 minutes. Let's see what we do with that 15 minutes.
All right.
So Sanchez, tell the captain to expect us. I don't want to see raised guns on the other side of this lock.
She's really hesitant about this. I think you need to command her to do this, to basically, I don't know, there's just enough now. She's out of super action time to starting to think about all of the weird stuff, the age, the drop of the Imperial. By the way, Rune, you overheard those two clone troopers. One of them says, Imperial. What's an Imperial? There's no Empire.
So I stand like next to, slightly behind Gran, and like kind of giving him the like we mean business.
Nice. Okay. So command is 3d6 and a d10. That's 1 and a 6.
A 1 and a 6. All right, cool. Let me roll her rally, which is how she would resist this. Lieutenant Loretta Sanchez's rally is not amazing, but not terrible. She has 4d6. Here we go. I got a 2. You said you had a 1? Okay, cool. Sorry, I was not looking when you nodded. But
sorry,
I look back.
I didn't.
It's okay.
Nor was I.
No, you're very consider to mute yourself. Thank you. Yes, you succeed. And she says, yes, sir. Duchamp is a little nervous. We do have borders, of course, and there has been a mutiny. But yes, sir, I'll do my best to make sure there's no opposition. And she'll walk up to the door.
Can we communicate to Duchamp from this lift?
You know what? Yeah. I mean, why not? Yeah.
So that's what Sanchez does.
Sure. She'll dial in the comm frequency. You can do the talking or she'll do the talking. What do you want to do?
She should open relations, then I'll come online, depending on what she says.
Okay. Captain Duchamp, this is Sanchez. We have taken care of the bridge problem. Unfortunately, we've lost the bridge, but the boarding party has been repelled. We also have some representatives from the Republic who are here to take over operations. And then
did I know it, Duchamp? Is there any bit of history?
Nope.
Okay, then play it straight. Acting Captain Deshawn, this is Commander at Kitos of the Republic cruiser Kobin. I'm taking command of this ship under extreme circumstances. You need to know that the Republic is under attack and its enemies are closing fast. Can we move this ship any way quickly other than with the star drive? Over.
Captain, Commander Akitos, he says in this kind of sly voice. Commander Akitos, I'm sorry, but our sublight engines are offline. We need the power to spin up the star drive. Don't worry. I'm aware of the interlopers who are coming. The star drive is coming online right now. We're headed to the Tapani sector.
I think I cast an eye over the rest of the team, and I think we may have reached option 2.
I like option 2.
Focus.
That's the one where we blow this thing up.
I was hoping you weren't going to use those words, Focus, but yeah, you get the general drift.
It just opens her mouth and like, but sir, this is an incredibly valuable piece of technology. I'm sure that if the engineers got a hold of our results, that they could modify it to where it isn't.
Oh, not literally blow this up. Like trying to backtrack.
Hey, where are these results kept? I mean, you've got probably data about this, right?
Of
We
course.
should download it just for security reasons, of course, or something.
Duchamp was very worried that when we came back to space that some of the mutineers could steal it. He has it on a data crystal, unfortunately kept on his person.
Duchamp is. I'm offering to evacuate your crew. In fact, I'm telling you, abandon ship. Abandon ship.
Oof. Duchamp. I'm sorry, Commander. I'm just not going to follow that order. Don't worry, the star drive will be online in 2 minutes. Please don't try to enter the engine room. That would not go well for you, Commander.
I think I will look at Rune, and I'll give him that that look that says, "I look at you. I look at the clone troopers." Rune, would you secure the elevator, please?
And he takes action, and he interprets that as shooting them.
Okay. Let's roll dash. See if you get the drop on them. Because you guys have kind of said, hey, let's kill all these dudes. And they're like, I think we're the dudes. I'm pretty sure we're the dudes. Are we the dudes? Yeah, we're super the dudes. Okay, let's let them not shoot us. So they're going to be rolling 3d6 dash. Try to go first.
The other ones of us, can they roll too?
Yes, absolutely. Anybody who wants to take action here can.
I want to take action.
3 and 4.
I'm on 1, 5, and 6.
I'm stunning them, by the way, but whatever. It's just a
Okay,
minor
that's
detail.
good to know. Dang it! I select the 3 dice, and every time I move up to hit reroll, somebody else rolls dice and it deselects. Darn, you roll for your party. It's my own thing. I should have cleared dice. Oh, these guys are so slow. There's a moment of like, TK 421, I think we're going to be shot. TK 422, I think you're right. So
Those dates are really a liability. They're too long.
Yeah. These guys were a faulty batch. Cool. So who rolled ones? Yeah, that's awesome. So it looks like Gron's got a 1. Actually, everybody just write down your lowest number, type it into chat. That's going to be way faster. Oh my God, that's a great idea. Rich, you did a smart thing today. Yay. Cool. So clone troopers plus Akal plus Rune all go about the same time, and I'm going to say Rune can go ahead of the clone troopers, and Vocus, you can clean up. You know, it's obviously what you're going to do. Gron, you give the order. These poor 2 clone troopers who are on the other side on the good side of the lift with you guys. You've just kind of ordered Rune to take care of it. What do you want to do? You go first.
Well, I shall just put the blaster pistol to Sanchez's head.
All right. She's going to try to fight that. Go ahead. You're commanding her, right? So your command module absolutely comes into effect here.
No, I think we've passed that point. If she doesn't immediately freeze, I'll hit her with it, which I think is smack.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, smack her with your gun.
I'm not sure in this circumstance that the nature of the gun matters, so I'm just going to roll 4d6.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Well, no, I mean the gun should give you something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
manual stuff. I like it because if you were to have a club, you'd have some kind of dice going in there too.
Okay. So if I roll all those, and then I need to submit another 3. Okay, hang on. So there we are. Oh goodness, that's 3 1s, 2 3 5. So
dear God,
critical hit and 5 becomes 7 damage to soak.
Okay, hold on. That is not going to be good for me, but I'm going to roll anyway because she does have 2 1s. And how many? What was your total again? Because you went kind of fast. 3 1s. You had 3 1s. Holy crap. Yep, you win. And so with all those criticals, it looks like 8 damage to soak. So let me roll her soak. You shoot her in the face. I think her soak, I'm not going to count her armor jumpsuit. So I'm just going to give her, does she stay awake from this or get knocked out? And 6 is the best, so she takes 4 damage. That takes her out. Were you stunned? Were you on stun or? I'm sorry, you muted. Yeah, you clock her in the head, and she drops. Yeah, it was one of those where she was not sure she was going to comply with that order, and you made the decision for her by clocking her in the head, and she falls to the ground.
And then I'll wait to see whether we got sufficient drop on the clone troopers.
Oh well, Rune.
Yeah.
You're down ordered to shoot, so yeah.
All right, so it's 3d6, 2d8, and 2d10.
Nice.
No, that's what I'm rolling, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And so, can I shoot both of them, or it's just one?
You can. I think. Let me check real quick. You've got a blaster carbine, and I think there was a thing. Okay. You don't have area effect with that gun. That was a special thing that the web repeating blaster has. I want to say that I saw a rule. No, you have area effect. So
okay,
that's what you need. So you can shoot one. Okay.
Yeah, I'll shoot number 21.
Okay.
Clone soldier 21. I rolled a 4, 4, 6, 8, 6, 10, 4. So 3 4s, 2 6s, an 8, and a 10.
Okay, so your accuracy isn't super awesome, but these guys aren't the best dodgers, so let's see. I just hit submit instead of reroll. Sorry, I'm a doof. All right, cool. So you fire at him, but it's close quarters, so it's one of those where you fire the blast and he ducks out of the way. If you hadn't had it on stun, maybe we would have shot him in the head, but worked really well in the weak way, buddy.
Yeah.
So we've got a call and the clone troopers. The clone troopers are going to be firing on Rune.
I'm going to be firing on the clone troopers. Can I fine-tune the area effect so I will hit the 2 of them and not Rune?
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
So
yeah.
it's a web repeating blaster. That's
Cool. Yeah,
good.
okay,
So-
then that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so remember, equipment has an area effect. When you roll to use this equipment, you sacrifice any die out of your roll to use another die as a second power die against a second target.
Right, I know that. So should I roll? Or
Yes,
do you
go
want
ahead
to
and roll. I'm building what my
Okay.
pool should be.
Okay, I'm rolling all these dice. Okay, I've got 2 1s, and then I've got a 10 and a lot of other things. There's a 5 and there's a 6. So the first one I'll hit with 10. Then I'll sacrifice one of my some of my useless dice and give the second one a 6.
Okay. So we've got 2 folks that you're going after. They're both trying to dodge. So let me.
Cool.
What's your precision for the first shot?
1.
Oh, great. So, all right. So the first shot. What's the precision for the second shot?
1.
Nice. Okay. So damage for first shot is how
10.
much? 10 damage. That is nasty. That actually will take him down even with the armor. I can't roll any higher than that. So what's the second?
6.
6. Okay. Cool. So the second one I'm going to go actually roll his soak because he has the possibility of soaking that.
I could spend a token because we're near the end of the episode right now. Oh no, I'll let Vocus
I forgot about
have
the
some fun.
tokens.
Oh, cool. So the first one, do you shoot? Is this on stun or is this?
Yeah. I'm usually shooting on stun.
You stun
These
the first
guys.
clone trooper and he drops. The second clone trooper also drops.
Cool.
So you guys just quickly dispatched Sanchez and her 2 clone troopers. But now you have a captain who does not want to accept that you are in command, Commander. You also probably have a Night Witch that's out there doing something, and the Imperials are coming. So you have a moment. What do you wish to do?
Well, I think we have moved to priority 2, which is to stop this getting into the hands of the Empire. If the data is on his person, I don't think we've got time to take it back unless someone's got a clever idea.
Yeah, and we have like less than 2 minutes to get him before the star drive fires off. So let's run over there and get him.
Exactly. We have to get him because otherwise he will fire off the star drive. And then
Rune,
we're all
got a view?
I have a better idea. Let's kill him.
I think that ties in with what we're doing. I'd just run to where we need to go as we're saying that, so I can slice in if I need to while this is going on.
Okay, 2 minutes. The clock starts now.
Okay.
Do
Nice.
your magic, Vocus. Everybody up, else lock and load. Look for the priority target and take him down.
All right. You need to beat 4d6 fix. I have got a 1. So you're going to need 2 1s to pull this off to hack through the door. Good luck. I don't see anything lower than a 2.
So that's a good time to do a token.
Absolutely.
These tokens are horrible.
You got a 1.
I'll just keep firing them off then, right? To another token.
Sure.
Does
You
that
just
work?
need one
Okay.
more one, and you've got it. Got it exactly. Sweet. So that's actually a really good roll. So you got an extra critical and a 7 for damage. You needed a total of 8. You with your extra critical that pushes that 7 to an 8. You can open the door. It's under your command. Do you want to open it right away? Give them the heads up. What does it look like when you?
As I'll slide up, make that connection, and get that door open. It's like, door's coming open. Be ready, and I just hit it.
And then I have visions of Butch and Sundance bursting.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So you guys burst in. At the aft of the ship, central core is a large circular chamber. Down the center of the space is a column of steaming, sparkling, still functioning technology. There's blue and red blood spatters everywhere. And you see Duchamp, who has that data crystal on a little chain around his neck. And he appears to be in his like early 30s. And the clothing that he's wearing is very because he was the ship's morale officer. So it's not like it's underneath the bit of armor he's thrown on top of it. It looks like he was wearing effectively like a power suit. He was some kind of diplomat that manipulated everything to his own gain. And he does have a couple of clone troopers who are here in the room. And they are going to start firing on you guys. So let's roll into our rally rolls for initiative. And then just type in your lowest result.
Did you mean rally or dash?
I mean dash. Every time I think I'm saying words that mean the words I mean, I say the wrong words. Yes. You are so consistent, Focus.
I just like seeing what everybody else does first.
Cool. All right. So I've rolled a 1 for dash, which makes sense, right? They were kind of waiting on you guys. The next person to act would be Gron, followed by a call and Rune, and lastly, Vocus. That's our order, and help me keep to it because, you know, sometimes I get excited and I jump out of order. So these are clone troopers who are relatively elite. They get to roll with their blaster and their damage of their blaster carbine, which is 2d8. So they are
And do they
40,
and they get
2d8.
and they get there before we can roll.
Correct.
Sure.
They are firing on you right away as soon as the door opens because they rolled. I rolled 1s on the dash. Cool. So the first shot is coming towards. I assume Rune is going to try to be the first person there. Rune, why don't you go ahead and roll me a dash? And if you beat a 1 with 2 1s, then you will not have to soak damage. Dodge.
Yeah.
What is it? Dodge underneath dash? Dang it.
Yeah.
Words.
No. I only had dodge because I only had dash because I don't have dodge.
I will falsely claim I was right. But anyway, yes, roll dodge, but you don't have that as a specialty, so you'd roll 2d6, which is under your dash. You need 1s on both.
No. Am I muted? I did not get 1s.
Okay, cool. So the power of my maneuver is a 6. Go ahead and roll soak versus 6.
Okay, soak. I guess somebody is. I can't roll. Stop touching the table. So soak. So it's 4d6 plus 2d8 plus 2d10. It's 4d10. It's 60-10 plus 2d8. Okay.
Okay, your soak should be 4d10 plus 2d8
plus
for your
2d8.
core world arms Dura hard suit.
Okay, I'll reroll. So it's 4d10
for soak. Yep.
Plus
2d8 for your armor.
Plus 2d8. Okay. 5, 8, 2, 5, 7, 7.
8 will soak all of that, so you're good. You take a heavy shot. These guys did not set to stun, and that hurts quite a bit, like a kick from a mule, but you are okay. Now, the second shot comes from a call. So a call, if you want to try to dodge out of the way.
I have a 1 and a 2 when I'm dodging.
Okay. So you are good. Is it narrowly? Well, let's see. Do you have to beat? Hold on. Let me double check our cheat sheet. Do you need to beat me? If your lowest die is lower than GM's lowest die, you succeed. So I rolled a 1, you rolled a 1, but you have to actually beat me, so you're hit. Go ahead and roll to soak. There are
ties go to the defender.
Oh,
I'm a defender.
Because so you're the defender, so you succeed.
Yay!
So we should probably revise the roll walkthrough a little bit then there. So yeah. Okay, good. So you defend. You barely. What does it look like? Is this an acrobatic thing, or are you just lucky with timing?
Yeah. No, it's an acrobatic thing. I think that's when Akala jumps into action and he just dodges because he's kind of. I can imagine that he's kind of good at that.
Awesome. And then just to make sure that we're clear, there's this kind of large column type structure that is the star drive. Then you've got this walkway around the side. This is Republic, not Imperial design. Imperial designs, if you remember, they don't have guardrails, but this is Republic designs, and they have OSHA and shit like that. So there are guardrails, and these guys are on the catwalk, as it were. The clone troopers on either side firing at you, and Duchamp's trying to hide himself behind the engine itself so he doesn't get shot.
How many clone troopers are there?
2. There are 2 clone troopers. 1 shot at a call because he was on the right-hand side. 1 shot at Rune. He was on the left-hand side. They've both fired, and that is the end of their round. Gron. So you see 2 clone troopers, and then Duchamp, who's effectively using the engine as part of his cover.
I think I'm going to explore the rules and try to charge him.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
Which means I think I roll 3d10, and my power is how much I auto soak on the way in.
That sounds amazing. Let's do that.
So that's 3d10. 1 and 10.
That's kind of the perfect roll, and amazing. They have both fired, so only Duchamp could fire upon you as you charge forward. Are you imagining that your charge is like running around, or do you think you're like running to a point and trying to jump, or what does it look like?
I'm going straight at him. I want at the end of this charge to knock him flat.
He's definitely going to try to shoot at you, but I don't know how. He's going to have to get multiple 1s to kind of go over your 10. So I will quickly roll this up. Pierre Duchamp, his shooting is, he does have dual laser-sighted auto pistols. So he's got a pair of pistols as you're coming through. This sounds awesome. Here we go. 44 plus 3d6. He's going to have to roll real well. I'm going to delete out some dice and then add some dice and then roll them all. Yeah, the most damage he can do is 6, but if he happens to roll multiple 1s to push, I don't know, it's not going to happen. It's going to be cosmetic. He's firing at you, and your armor is going to eat it up. Wow, 3 1s! Ooh, man, this is really accurate, but it still does no damage. Chilling on the stream. Sweet. So he fires at you. You see a couple of shots hit your chest, and then you charge straight into it and knock him against the back of the bulkhead and slam into the guy. That is pretty amazing. Akal and Rune, you guys tell me who wants to go first. Oh, it looks like Rune is handing that off to Akal.
I don't mind. I would try to just shoot the clone troopers because I thought that Rune was going for the champ anyway. So I'll area affect those clone troopers. That worked out very well before, so I'll do that. And now I'm going to roll all these dice again. No, I'm not, because somebody else is marking their dice. And I have a lot of dice to mark. Okay, so yeah, that looks pretty good. I've got 2 1s, and I've got lots of damage that I can allocate.
Cool. I'm just going to go ahead and roll soak because it is 25 minutes till the end. So these clone troopers are interesting enough to see if they can actually soak this. But I don't think they're actually going to get away from 2 1s. So let me go ahead and roll their soak. And the highest I've got to 5. What was the damage that you did?
The highest one is a 10.
Oh, yeah, he's down. Were you allocating a second shot?
Yeah, sure. A 6.
Okay, let me roll soak for that guy.
Can I allocate another shot?
You can. That 6 damage, he actually soaked it. So you could allocate another shot to shoot him again, if you wish.
Yeah, that's another 6. I'll try. I'm trying.
That's going to hurt him. So it won't actually take him all the way out, but is definitely going to effectively take him down a peg. So that sounds terrible for him and great for you.
Yeah. They're still set on stun, my E-web thingies.
Okay. Sweet. So the first guy is down. The second guy is hurt. And now it is time for Rune.
So Deshaun is hiding behind a.
Right now he's on the deck because he's been tackled by your commander.
Okay. If I miss him, does that mean I hit my commander? Is there a threat of that in this game?
There's like a whole thing about cover that I'm not super going to worry about at this point. So let's just say you hit him, you hit him. If you miss and he rolls dodge and gets some criticals, he might spend one of those criticals to stick Gron in your way. But we'll say it's unlikely.
Okay, then I'm stunning just because he's there. So it's 3d6, 2d8, and 2d10, right?
For shooting, it is 3d6, 3d10 to shoot, plus 2d8 plus 2d10 because you're using your plasma shovel cannon. So,
okay.
God, you're gonna hurt this poor guy bad.
3d10, 5d10.
Yeah.
And 2d8.
5d10, 2d8. Thank you. Math is a thing.
So 5, 3, 10, 8, 9. So 10?
Yes, 10 would be your highest.
Yeah.
Wow.
He does have a pretty heavy hard suit though, so I will roll those, and if he's lucky, maybe, but I don't think this is going to go well for him because he's a bad guy. And my bad guys just never have that much luck. I'm not saying it should go that way. I'm just saying it's the way it goes. All right, so I get 2 die. Yeah.
If I hit him, I was on kill, but if I missed, it was on stun.
You're killing me, Smalls. I love it. All right, cool. Let me re-roll these dice for a soak. He's got a soak of 10. And his best soak was a 5. So he takes 5 tick marks of damage. He is 2, 3, 4, and goes up to the point of his wound tracks, like the way this game works is like you have a certain number of boxes and then a thing happens. He goes all the way past enraged towards defiant. So when you like knock him to the ground. So he slams into the ground, he gets shot in the side, and he's like, ah, I can take it. You're all going to die. The star drive is just babbling at this point. Vocus, both clone troopers have been hit. One is still up, and it looks like Rune is firing on Duchamp. What are you doing?
I'm not clear on one thing. Like, so I'm going to go up to where it looks like the star drive is the controls are.
Okay, cool.
And patch in there to make sure that that's not going to fire off.
Awesome. So you need to run up and you're going to make a fix roll. It's got some points of like you have to have a security pass. So I'm going to say that you've got to beat 2d4 plus 3d6. And if your precision beats that, you can stop it and kind of take over as long as you're able to do 6 points of damage.
Okay. So I rolled 3 1s.
Oh.
And with those 3 1s, the highest actual roll is an 8.
That's awesome.
That looks good.
Yeah. So you splice into the system using that Republic module and your own know-how, and you stop the countdown. Like the star drive is no longer spinning up at this point. Good job.
Yeah, and I'll call that out to the group as I'm taking cover by that, right by the computer. I was like, we're not going anywhere.
It's one of those like big heavy computers, right? It's like a huge console. You kind of went in, you spliced in a little bit, you got it done, and then you take cover with that one clone trooper, and then Duchamp is rolling around on the deck, hugging and fighting against the commander. Cool. So we're going to roll around. I'm not the rules say roll dash again, but if you guys are okay with it, we're just going to stay with our current because holy crap. At this point, I think we're about to reach the Void Vultures like tick meter of how much I can handle. Clones are going to go first. TK 425 is going to be taking a shot at man, I think he's going to have to shoot at you, Akal, because you're the scariest one. You just took down his buddy and hit him. So
yeah, I would agree with that. I'm trying to dodge.
Okay, cool.
And I've dodged with a 2 and a 3.
Okay, 2 and a 3. Let me see if I can beat that. Two and 3, defender wins ties. So yeah, you dodge out of the way. You're running across, and he tries to fire a few shots. He's not an Imperial stormtrooper. They're much more precise. So,
what?
I'm making a joke. Only Imperial stormtroopers are that. Only stormtroopers are that precise. This is a clone trooper, so you run and he fires a couple times and he misses. And Duchamp is going to try to. Ooh, he's drawing out a little He's got a little vibro blade knife. He's going to stab you in the gut, because he's just that kind of guy who has got a dude.
So this is this heave?
I think so. I think we're doing some heaving.
Yeah. Okay.
He's trying to smack. So he's got good ideas, but he's not a trained soldier. So he rolled a 4 on his precision.
So, do I dodge?
If you want to get out of the way of this, I think you're dodging. I think it's only dodging.
I wasn't saying whether it was, he versus he.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I wanted to do that because it's exciting and it's a stat we haven't rolled a lot of.
Let's do that.
Okay.
He versus he.
Sounds good.
So I roll 46. 1, 3, 4, 6.
You got it. Bam. So he tries to draw out the vibro blade and you stop him. What does it look like?
Well, I see it coming out and I jam it back against the bulkhead. So he drops the vibro knife.
Nice.
Rather than spending that critical on increasing the power, because I don't need to.
Right.
I'd like to gamist this.
Do it. Do it. Why
to
not?
create an advantage.
What advantage would you like to buy?
That I can snatch the data cube off his neck.
That's awesome. I love that. That is great. Yes, you absolutely have grabbed that data crystal.
Bang. Grab.
Yes. Love it. So you snatch that away. It's on like a little leather thong type deal. You snap that away from him, and you bought that with an advantage. Now it's your go. Like, your turn. What do you want to do?
I shout to the crew, abandon ship, and throw the crystal over my hand in Rune's direction. I want to see catch work.
Yes! Sounds great.
Okay, so that's just 2d4, or is it? Yeah, that's just 2d4.
Yeah. I'm just going to roll a d6, and that's your position you've got to beat. All right, so if you could beat better than a 6.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Awesome. What does it look like when he tosses you that data crystal?
Well, I catch the thing in the air, and I turn and I shoot Sean, because I said I was going to kill him.
You got to keep your word, right? Especially when it's a bloodthirsty word. I love it. You're so undisciplined. Cool. So yeah, you're firing on him. Because of time, I'm going to say that you succeed, because really Duchamp is not more interesting than you guys trying to GTFO. So what does it look like? Did you stun him?
No, I killed him this time.
Killed him. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fire upon Duchamp.
I have a plasma shovel cannon. That's what I think, and I just blasted a giant hole in his chest.
Oh, man, it's gross. I love it. Like, the bulkhead is all scored up from behind him and covered with this blood. He falls down, and I think he kind of falls into the guardrail and then falls over, right? Because it's Star Wars, so he's got to fall down in towards the engine, right? And unfortunately, he was severed here, so it's not like he can come back with mechanical leads. He's dead. He's totally dead.
And does his fall into the engine trigger a reaction that will mean it'll explode?
It has to, right? There'll be a small explosion of all this purple, this kind of purple ambiance that comes up from it, and you guys feel a little bit weaker there. You get a notification from Dot as you guys are starting to run back towards the ship. By the way, leaving Sanchez and clone troopers?
That's a real toughie. I can't leave them. I have to pick up Sanchez.
All right.
Can we say that I took down the last clone trooper?
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, you took him out with your crazy E-Web repeating blaster, and we probably should have played through that, but sorry.
No, it's okay. I actually wanted to hit him when he comes at me. I've just hit him with the gun.
Oh, hell yeah. That sounds awesome. Yeah, that's totally how you take out TK425.
Yes.
You clock him in the head. And, sweet. So you guys are taking off. What are you doing? You grab Sanchez. I'll give you a token for that. That's very scrupulous. Oh, by the way, Focus, did you spent the token, but you got a token by jumping in sequence order and not listening to Gron, but I think it's TK 424 and 425. They were all in sequence.
Yeah, I think I did the math because then I spent 2 of them.
Okay, cool. Just want to check in and make sure that.
Thank you.
All right, sweet. So you guys race towards you. Grab Sanchez. Does anybody grab a clone trooper, or is that the only character that the TKs are going to be left behind?
If I'm ordered to, I do it. If I'm not, then I don't.
Sounds like you guys are in kind of a hurry.
Yeah,
I mean, yelling.
Given Rune's unprincipled position, I don't think he's going to volunteer, and I didn't think to say.
I'll carry out one of the clone troopers, or both if I have to, because I'm that kind of guy.
Awesome. Take a token, and you guys struggle, kind of dragging one over the shoulder, one grab and drag, and you guys take those clone troopers with you.
I look at a call and just shake my head.
As you guys are coming, you get a bleep from your comms, and it's Dot. And Dot informs you via droid, we have some visitors in the hangar. They are not Imperials. I have activated self-defense on the princess, but you should hurry.
I'd like to use the command HUD and the slicing module, to, as we run, hack into what's left of the ship systems to just broadcast all clone troopers to the hangar, all clone troopers to the hangar.
Nice.
Borders.
Sweet. I love it. So you're trying to order those guys. I think at this point, they've probably gotten some kind of nationed orders that you'll need to from Duchamp. So that you're going to defeat that. It is only 3d6 at this point because the really loyal ones are, stunned and dead.
Okay.
But I did roll a 1, so they may super ignore you.
What do we got? So my precision is 3, my power is 9.
Okay, that was a very powerful order, but I'm going to say that because of the failure, they don't as much resist as the ship's comm systems for open broadcasts aren't as strong. So a few of the clone troopers will be coming out into the core chamber and dealing with the vines, because now we can see some clone troopers fighting the vine park, and they come running out, and they're going to try to repel borders, and they get snatched up. This wasn't a military ship, so you've actually faced most of the troopers. There were a few that were killed when the Weequay took the bridge, and so the clone troopers that you guys have are the remaining ones, because the others are fighting the vine park as you guys hop onto the lift and make your way back to the, I guess, winding corridor to get back to your ship, right?
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
So there's a mad dash along the winding corridor, and a call, you're falling behind. Trying to carry 2 bodies and keep up with these guys is not working out.
I don't care.
Nice.
Rune, help a Carl. Rune, help a Carl.
Stubborn at the wrong times. I stop and I trudge back.
Nice. Dot says, I know that you're probably working on something, but the TIE fighters have now been detached from the G-Truck freighter and are coming closer. I'm being hailed. I don't know what you're up to, but I hope you're almost done.
Yeah, we're on our way, Dot. Don't worry. So we're approaching the hangar where the princess is docked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining. I think this is dash for the ramp up into the ship. This isn't about shooting things.
Well, you guys come into the hangar. Just to check in. Where is it that you stowed the prisoners? I don't think you put them on board. I think you were specific.
No, you're right. We didn't.
Yeah. No, but they were right. They were right next to the entrance.
Yeah, they're dead. They've all been executed. And when you guys run up towards the princess, you see that there is one of the Weequay who is trying to cut into the gangway and get his way in. You see another Weequay is laying dead. There were 2. So another Weequay got shot up by the defenses, and Nestra is here because of course she is. And yeah, she doesn't have a lightsaber because I'm me, but she's here, and she says, "Get me on the ship. We need to leave."
I immediately drop the body and shoot.
I tackle him. You don't shoot my sister.
No, I don't shoot the lady. I shoot the threatening ones.
Okay, cool.
The weak ones that are an actual threat.
Awesome.
Okay.
Because of time, if you shoot him and you shoot him in the back, he didn't turn around in time, and you take out that Weequay, and what we have left is Inestra and the folks who weren't executed by who knows who was. I mean, maybe it was a misunderstanding, but
I'll turn towards Grant and say, permission for my sister to come aboard our ship.
Draw the blaster pistol, hold it on an Estra, and say, "Drop your weapons." If she has any.
You haven't seen her with weapons yet, and she doesn't have any weapons out right now.
Okay, then I think I have to look to my my normal. Oh God, yeah, yeah. Okay, get her on board quickly. Doc, power up the engine.
Move. I tell Anestra to move, and I will try to get behind her and knock her out. I will take her with me, but I don't want her conscious.
Okay. Are you gonna like physically hit her, or are you gonna stun her with your repeating blaster, or what?
Oh, that's a good idea. No, I was going to hit her physically because I couldn't think of the blaster.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so she thank you, brother, and she moves ahead of you, and you shoot her in the back. And the big thing is she drops to the ground. You grab her and drag her up the gangway, and you guys leave like the bodies of these prisoners that you'd taken and the weequay, and you all clamber aboard the princess. And Dot says, "Oh, thank you very much. I was getting very annoyed with that one weequay." You guys guard up, and you are able to hear over the comms the Imperial frequencies. They're ordering you to stand down. The TIE fighters are set to engage, and what do you want to do?
Focus. Get us out of here.
And as you're saying, that's like I just slide into the cockpit, and Dot already has a destination plugged in, so we just like got to detach, pull around, and buzz the. I think it's a thing where the TIE fighters are coming in, and we kind of buzz them, and then hit the light speed as we come past them, if possible.
I like it. I like it.
Is there a turret on the ship? If there is, I'd man it and start shooting.
There's totally a turret. That's the turret that took down the weequay, like vaporized him because it's made for it's a heavy turbo cannon. So you fire with the turbo cannon. For time, you pull it off. You fire upon one of the TIE fighters. We have to have a TIE fighter explosion, so that happens. And then you hit light speed, and then the Imperials are headed towards the star drive. Right? You guys have the plans, but now they took it. They took the drive.
But the thing is going to explode because the shot fell into it, wasn't it?
Exactly so.
Cool. Sweet. So they come aboard. You guys go into light speed. We have moments where there's a bunch of stormtroopers that are coming on board, and then there's like this weird purple thing, and there are a bunch of the clone troopers are dead. And then someone says, "I don't think this is going to work out, sir." And then we have you guys come out of light speed back to Spaceport Trident Vespa. So with all the remaining few moments, I'd love for you guys to be able to do some epilogues for your characters. Kind of imagine that this is effectively our post-credit sequence where we get to see each of your characters in this last bit of moment of epilogue. So who would like to go first in our epilogue? We can roll dash or dodge.
I could imagine Akal leaving his sister on some spaceport out in the boondocks, just with her regaining consciousness at all because he wants to get away from her. And then we can see him sitting somewhere on the township and drinking some herbal tea.
Nice. I like it.
I think for back, and you see his from the bar earlier that he sent to trash compactor duty. He's going in there like complaining and shoving stuff in, and then you cut but kind of back to the door, and you see Focus hit the control, and the doors close on the trash compactor, and they start closing.
He's like screaming, "No, help! Oh, Focus, you're so Anarchistic.
I'll go next if you like. We will see the princess joining the rebellion fleet, and the crystal being handed over to Lita Mothma. And as we step back from that, Gran is in a rebellion uniform.
Oh man, he's back in the game. What about Rune?
Rune is in the kitchen, like in military attire, not a rebel uniform, but he's wearing an apron and he's cooking. And as Gran like turns to walk away, you see Rune look like at the rebellion patch, and he just kind of shakes his head, and not disgust, but close.
Nice.
But he's still on the ship.
Okay, so he's still on the princess. Very cool. Good thing. So we're at time. If folks can stick around for us to do a little bit of feedback, I'd appreciate it. So if anybody needs to go, completely respect that. That is A-okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop broadcast here, and we'll just do the feedback offline. I think some of this could be rehashed from last week. Cool. So thank you all so much. Void Vultures has been super fun. I'm glad that I got a couple sessions, and you guys were very helpful to me to get some of this stuff back in order. Thank you.